Ye Dharma Mantra. Page 4. Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Tesham Tathagato Yavatat Tesham Chayo Nirodham Ervam Vadi Mahashramanaye Swaha. Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Tum Tesham Tathagato Yavatat Tesham Chayo Nirodham Evam Vati Mahashramanaye Swaha. Om Ye Dharma Hetu Prabhavam Hetum Tesham Tathagato Yavatat Tesham Chayo Nirodham Evam Vadi Mahashramanaye Swaha. Teyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhi Swaha. Tyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhi Swaha. Tyata Om Gati Gati Paragati Parasamgati Bodhi Swaha. Let us turn to page 50. Just see if we can understand what is here in the three principal aspects of the path. This is extremely precious, and the more you read this, and the particular more you practice it, we see that many of the complications and the non-clarity that you have in your practice, you see that they become so clear from this text. The experience shared by Lama Tsongkhapa. This is very precious, particularly with emptiness. With emptiness, this is amazingly a great guide to understand emptiness. Though only a few stanzas, about 4 or 5 stanzas, they're dedicated to emptiness, but these become like the very solid guide, pointers to understand emptiness. Okay, so let's slowly read this together. Page 50, 50. Page 50. I bow down to the Venerable Lamas. As well as I am able, I will explain the essence of all the teachings of the Buddha, the path praised by the conqueror's children, the entrance for those who desire liberation. Listen with a clear mind, you fortunate ones, who are not attached to the joys of cyclic existence. Strive to make good use of leisure and opportunity, and direct your minds to the path that pleases the Buddhas. Without pure renunciation, an end to attraction for the pleasures of cyclic existence is unattainable. The craving for existence also binds beings. Thus, from the outset, seek renunciation. Reverse attraction to this life, but reflect on how leisure and opportunity are difficult to find, and how life is ephemeral and without span. Reverse attraction to future lives by repeatedly thinking of the infallibility of karma and its effects and the miseries of samsara. Contemplating thus, when for an instant you do not admire the splendors of cyclic existence and remain intent on liberation day and night, renunciation is born in you then. Renunciation, if not tempered by a pure mind of bodhicitta, however, will not bring forth the perfect bliss of unsurpassed enlightenment. Therefore, the wise ones generate the excellent mind of bodhicitta, swept up in the current of the four powerful rivers, tied by strong bonds of karma, so hard to undo, caught in the iron net of self-grasping, completely enveloped by the darkness of ignorance, born and reborn in boundless cyclic existence, ceaselessly tormented by the three miseries. Thinking of your mothers in this condition, generate the mind of the supreme mind of bodhicitta. Although you train in renunciation and the mind of bodhicitta, without wisdom that realizes ultimate reality, you cannot cut the root of cyclic existence. Therefore, strive to understand dependent arising. One who sees the infallible cause and effect of all phenomena in samsara and nirvana, and destroys all focuses of apprehension, has entered the path that pleases the Buddhas. Appearances are infallible, dependent arising. Emptiness are understanding that is free of assertions. As long as these two are seen as distinct, you have not yet realized the intent of the Buddhas. When these two realizations are concurrent, where the mere sight of infallible dependent origination concurrently destroys all modes of grasping through definite discernment, at that time the analysis of the profound view is perfected. Furthermore, appearances refute the extreme of existence, and emptiness refutes the extreme of non-existence. When you understand that emptiness arises in the form of cause and effect, you are not captivated by the view of extremes. O my child, once you have thus realized the points of the three principal paths, seek solitude and cultivate strong determination, and quickly reach the final aspired goal. Okay, so this text is very precious, and if possible, it's a very short yet very condensed, and the quality of the meanings are jotted there as pointers are extremely refined. And if you don't believe, you study the whole labyrinth, the huge volume, the books, and all the great treatises from the Theravada tradition, from the Chinese tradition, from Sakya, Kakyu, Nyingma, Gilo, all these, you see that they're all just condensed in these 14 stanzas. So meticulously done by the Lama Tsongkhapa, the incredible great enlightened being. But for practical reasons, what I would suggest is that just see you read this down, not just read and see precisely, jot down the points if possible. Try to, those of you who already received teachings on this, from His Holiness and other teachers, that's fine. Otherwise, what you do is that you just keep a separate notebook, a small notebook, and then see what are the points mentioned there, indicated there. They're basically the 3 points: renunciation, bodhicitta, and the wisdom of emptiness. So out of these 3 headings, the main highlight is the why to cultivate renunciation, how to cultivate renunciation, and the measure of having cultivated renunciation. 3, likewise, apply the 3 to the bodhicitta and the wisdom of emptiness. Why to cultivate bodhicitta, how to cultivate bodhicitta, and the measure of having cultivated bodhicitta. And the wisdom. Why to cultivate the wisdom? Why? Right? Oftentimes people say that, so why should we have to study emptiness? Life is fine, what we're doing is fine. It's not about, somebody imposing. That for your own good. For your own good, just check what is written there. Why to cultivate wisdom and emptiness? And then when you see that, yes, now I realize the need to cultivate the wisdom and emptiness, how to cultivate next. And once you start cultivating it with your practice, with your study, reflection, meditation, then the question arises whether or not I've realized this. Then the measure of having cultivated it is amazing, amazing. You wouldn't really find such a refined, teachings as what you find here by Lama Tsongkhapa. So refined. Okay, so with these 3 pointers for each of the 3 principal paths, then you jot down renunciation, and then you just study this. Take your time. Don't rush through. Take your time, and at the most it'll take you 1 day. At the most, not in the whole 1 day, with 1 or 2 hours. It may take like this, and this is going to be a lifelong guide. And then accordingly, it says, for example, reverse attraction to this life. So let's say first stanza 3, which means without pure renunciation, an end to attraction for the pleasure of cyclic existence is unattainable. The craving for existence also binds beings. Binds beings means binds beings, that we are bound in samsara. How we are bound? We create the object of existence by mind, and then we are stuck there. This is how we are bound, right? And because we are stuck there within this, then all the scary things, all the sickness, aging, and everything arise in this experience of the objective perception. So, which is so unbearable. In fact, okay, it's fine, it's not necessary that, okay, now he's saying it's very seriously, we have to now spend like one day on this and then slowly go to Mount Kailash, Mount Himalaya for the meditation. No, that's not the point. Just study this very carefully and for your own good, not for the sake of anybody, just for your own good. Just read this, even including myself, not just you, including myself, that we study this and then see the points written there, the bind beings. Do I really want to be bound by somebody, loss of freedom? No. That's from the outset stage renunciation. Okay, this is what it means. Okay, you can still go to your job. It's fine. So whatever you are seeking promotion, you have your personal business to run. It's fine. Just continue doing that. And meanwhile, let's not forget these things. So there are two things: the immediate need of a life and the long-term need. Short-term plan and the long-term plan. Short-term plan is, say, earning a livelihood, raising your children, raising your family, working for yourself, for your family. These things are very important. Let us not neglect those things. Meanwhile, let us also not neglect the long-term plan. Long-term plan is so important. Finally, for long-term, okay. So say 1 year is fine, but what after 5 years? What after 10 years? So we'll plan. Even young children. So some can plan far ahead in time, and some they're just caught up in today, right? I want to play, that's it, and I want to, let's say, falafel or whatever, and then we finish, and then tomorrow again we'll say the same thing. So just don't know how to plan long term. Whereas some children, they can think of long term, right? What after 10 years, all these plans. I also like to become like this Steve Jobs or what is Alibaba. Some children, they talk like this. They are not really, of course, as a child, they have these small trivialities there, they caught up the games, toys and so forth, but they're not always like this. They always also think about the bigger goals in their life as young children, as a young child. So likewise, we should have two things in our mind. One is immediate life, which is so great. Otherwise, some people, they go to the extreme. Then finding this, meeting with the Buddha's teachings, then you just go to the other extreme, neglect your family, neglect your children, neglect your parents, everybody neglect that, and then do something, and then even your dress also, right? Earlier you look so presentable, and suddenly you become in Buddhism, then even the dress is so shabby, dirty, right? Earlier you have nice earrings, even the earrings are gone, right? And then you look so shabby. Even the clothes you use for the kitchen clothes, like your own clothes like this. And then people say that, okay, you're going to Buddhism? Don't go. Look at this girl. Look at this boy. Earlier, very smart, very nice. Now look like someone who's so hopeless, right? Okay, you'll become like that, right? So it's a very bad example, number one. And then number two, this is not Buddhism. Buddhism, no need to change your superficial appearance. Change your mind. Change your mind. See the reality very differently. See things interconnected. So with this, build your mind, build your compassion, build your wisdom. It's not necessary to change the place, superficial, the clothes and so forth. Just remain who you are and transform your mind. Become more compassionate. Become more wise to see things interconnected. If you see things, and then gradually see that what I'm seeing is not the reality. So with this, the moment you see the reality, just a very profound experience of peace comes to you. And then this will guarantee you that, okay, this is whole life. Buddhism, not Buddhism, it doesn't matter. find that this is what I'm seeking. Fearlessness. I'm getting this fearlessness because of the wisdom and emptiness. And I'm getting this incredible joy through the unconditional love. So if these two things happen, this whole purpose of who you are, whether you are whether you're a monastic, whether you're an ordinary person, whether you are high lama, low lama, whatever, it doesn't matter. Your job is to get the fearlessness, and your job is to get the infinite happiness by manifesting your Buddha nature outside. Let it manifest. That's the whole purpose of life. Gade gade para gade para samgade bodhi swaha. So this bodhi swaha, is not in the form of the appearance and so forth. It's just manifesting your quality, mental quality. In order to manifest this Buddha nature inside, manifest out, then we may need, the external aids. All these are external aids. The real thing to do is to transform your mind. That is the point. So, with this in mind, we need two plans. One is that as somebody working in the family, in your job, this and your own business, whatever, just continue with this. Continue with this. Meanwhile, let us not forget, and those who are more serious, those who are more seriously involved into this, well and good, that's also fine. But what I'm saying is not necessary that you have to quit everything, only then you can join. No, that's not true, right? Take a very safe step. Take a very safe step. What are you doing? Just continue. So meanwhile, reflect on these points. Okay, what is renunciation? As a part of renunciation, what exactly is renunciation? As part of that, reverse the attraction to this life, reverse the attraction to future lives. How? How to reverse the attraction to this life? How to reverse the attraction to future life? By reversing attraction to this future life. Can I still be with my family? Yes, of course. Why not? In fact, if you're able to do that, and then you can influence your family members. Your family members, when they grow older, your children, when they grow older, they will see the life very different. They will see that life is very easy, not difficult. Tension, no tension. One time, one of my cousins, early morning, she was calling me, phone, and with so much tension, she started to talk to me. I said that before you talk to me like this, give me one answer. Who is around you? And she said, my two children are around you. I said, okay, why are you in tension when you're talking to me? Why there's so much anxiety? Then she said, the school exam is coming of my children. Then I said, okay, so what's the if the school exam is late? Then my children, they may fail. So what's the if they fail? Then they will not have a good life. What do you mean by good life? They will not have a happy life. You are teaching how not to be happy. I told her, just talking with such anxiety, you are telling your children, when you also become old like me, grow older like me, you have to talk to your uncle like this, right? Tension and anxiety and stress, anguish, right? This is what you are teaching. Is this what you mean by happiness? Is this the happiness that you want to give your children, pass on to your children? I told her, right? In future, if you ever want to talk to me like this, in tension and so forth, make sure that at least your two children are not with you, they are away. Then you can talk to me like this. When the two children are there, what you're going to pass down, it should be something sensible, meaningful, not tension. Right? Tension you don't have to pass on, it's automatically going to be passed down. Right? What has to be passed down is something which otherwise children, they don't get. The warmth, which guarantees the children to be happy. The wisdom, the intelligence to see things interconnected relationship of the things. That will make the child's life very easy, where the tension will not arise. Where when things happen, okay, this is reality, this is how, when these causes are there, this result is bound to happen, so what a big fuss. Right? The child will learn how to deal with things very easily. So this is the legacy that parents should be giving down. One, and then from the point of view of the Bodhisattva path, even following the Bodhisattva path is not easy. Following the Bodhisattva path, while it is really, really very precious and full of joy there, meanwhile you need help. So there, for example, say your wife, your husband, your children, they are going to be the first ones to come to your rescue, to come to your help when you follow the Bodhisattva path. somehow, because they are very closely connected with you karmically in future life, somehow they will, and particularly when you follow the Bodhisattva path, they will be somehow born around you. And they will be there, the first to jump to support in your journey of the Bodhisattva path. So therefore, we see that the way that you lead your life, particularly here in Israel, it's not easy to take out time so easily. And likewise in Singapore, it's not really, Singapore, Israel, in most of the places. Okay, so the point is that just see, but at the same time, so the point is that short-term plan and the long-term plan. Short-term plan, as I said earlier, whatever you're doing, just continue doing that. And no need to give up, relinquish, so forth. And then later on, with a proper plan, if you want to tone down, if you want to cut down on the busy schedule of your life, that you can do with a proper plan. And the long-term plan, we also need to have the long-term plan from even today. Long-term plan, okay, what are the points mentioned there? The reverse attraction to this life. Why should I reverse attraction to this life? What's the problem if I don't reverse attraction to this life? What's the problem if I don't reverse attraction to the next life? And so forth. And all these things, don't just believe. Don't just follow as a dictate. You must come up with questions. Why should I follow this? Why should I do this? In what way it makes sense? And then meanwhile, your thinking will grow, will become more profound. Then you see the deeper nuances of the reality and deeper nuances of the meaning of your life. Okay, this is very important. So this text is particularly, I personally, oftentimes, if within a gathering, if I were to choose a text to recite within like 5 minutes, I would choose this text. Right? This is very precious. Okay, so now going back to the text. Which stanza? Stanza 9. Okay. Vaidurya. Vaidurya, in Tibetan we read it as Benduya. Benduya, Sanskrit is Vaidurya. Benduya, in Tibetan we read it as Benduya. It's wrong, the pronunciation. But the Tibetans read like Benduya. Okay. Which page? Page 54, stanza 9. Okay. Vaidurya, that precious gem, this is a very precious gem, is luminous at all times, like a gold. Pure gold is very luminous, but if confined within its ore, its light is not visible. Say this gem, the Vaidurya, if it is mixed with the soil, you will not see the glow of this Vaidurya, like gold. If it is mixed with the soil, you will not see the glow of the gold. So likewise, Vaidurya, the precious gem, is luminous at all times. If you keep it itself separated from all the dirt and the soil, then it is illuminating. Stainless through, okay, but if confined within its ore, its light is not visible. Just so the Dharmadhatu within us. So like the water, example of water, can you imagine that now? The water from the Yalkon River, that water, however dirty that is, the true nature of this water is very pure. Can you imagine that now? Very good. Likewise, the true nature of this, our mind is so pure with everyone, with each one of us. So that Dharmadhatu, just so the Dharmadhatu, that purity. So now, I'd like to take you to the further step, which you already taken, now to articulate it. One is this pure, the mind, the true nature is so pure. You agree with me? You agree with me? That is what? Which of the two bodhicittas, which of the two Buddha natures? Proliferating Buddha nature. Okay, Karmantu bodhicitta. What? Where did you get this? It is David who said it. Okay, Karmantu bodhicitta.
We view it through conventional analysis, right?
Okay, analysis-wise, is found by the conventional analysis. But which bodhicitta is that? Which Buddha nature is that? This is what I asked. Right? Okay, that's what? Which Buddha nature is that? proliferating Buddha nature. Now, proliferating Buddha nature, whenever there's a mention of the Dharmadhatu, just see if you can understand not only from the point of view of the proliferating Buddha nature, but also from the natural Buddha nature. What is the natural Buddha nature now? Hey. Emptiness of the proliferating Buddha nature. Emptiness of this mind, right? Emptiness of this mind. Just see, let's say, okay, why that is so important? Just for a clue, later on, you must be able to feel that more important than the proliferating Buddha nature is the natural Buddha nature. You getting it? As of now, we will feel that proliferating Buddha nature is more important. As of now, we will feel that. And many, not only us, many practitioners, they think that. Many practitioners who are not really exposed to the deeper studies, they think that what is natural Buddha nature? The proliferating Buddha nature, this is the ultimate. This is what they think as the most important. Now what we should be doing is that we should have a sense of the value of this proliferating Buddha nature, the way these practitioners feel. Plus, we should be able to see the deeper significance of the deeper value of the natural Buddha nature. You're getting it? So whenever there's a mention of the Dharmadhatu, don't confine yourself to the proliferating Buddha nature. You should always you should also connect with the natural Buddha nature, both. You're getting it? And then eventually, as your understanding of emptiness becomes the complete, profound, then you will sense that natural Buddha nature. Finally, it says, I pay homage to youthful Geshe. I bow to the Dharmadhatu. I bow to the Dharmadhatu. This, the natural Dharmakaya, natural Buddha nature, this is the one which I should be bowing. Right? Okay. 10. Yes.
Dharmadhatu is the natural nature.
Dharmadhatu is the Dharmadhatu literally. Literally, Dharmadhatu means the ultimate expanse of the reality. Now, the ultimate expanse of reality can be understood in two ways: in the conventional sense, in the ultimate sense. In the conventional sense is the pure mind, the mind per se, the mind, which has the capacity, purity of the mind inside, which has the capacity to really manifest its true form. When all the dirts are removed, then this mind will manifest its true form, the pure. That is the conventional Dharmadhatu. Then the emptiness of this is even more profound. So when you see, okay, let's say that you manifest the Dharmadhatu in the form of the proliferating Buddha nature, and then it comes to this purity manifests. It comes out, and let's just imagine that you're experiencing now the mind is so pure, so clean, very transparent about it, like a very clean water. How many of you have seen exceptionally clean water? Okay, in what relation you say exceptionally clean water? The bottled water? Like the bottled water?
No, in the river.
Okay, yes. Okay. In fact, I was so fascinated. I thought that all this water, they're very clean. What's wrong with it? Right? One time what happened was that in the shower room, the tap was little leaking. And the water, from the source is very forceful, and yet because it is closed, it's leaking, and then the drop by drop, the water is accumulated. And the one is said, this water is so clean, much way cleaner than when the tap is open full, and then there's water coming up. That water and what is accumulated because of this is very different. It is very clean. Then I could relate this, okay, to my mind. My mind can become even pure like this. So why with the water leaking is pure? It's because the water cannot go out. So all the dirt there, they're being stopped, and
the water comes out from the very small passage